y'all, it's Steffi and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to give y'all a little bit of hashtag friendly sisterly advice about the classes that you should take in college that will help you whenever you do end up taking your CPA exam. If you are excited about this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. To be eligible to take the CPA exam, each state is going to have their own requirement. In Texas, the requirements are 150 college credit hours, 30 hours of which should be upper level accounting classes and 24 hours of upper level business courses, a business communications class and also an ethics class. I'm specifically going to be talking about accounting classes that I think would be very helpful so that you can choose to take some as your electives. You may already end up taking them if you go into the master's degree. If you're like me, then if you're only getting your bachelor's degree and then getting extra hours afterwards, these are the classes that I think would be very beneficial for you. So a little bit of background about myself. I am a CPA. I got my CPA license back in 2013. I have talked about my CPA journey over here in this video, so if you're newer to my channel, be sure to check that out. I will warn you, it was done a few years ago, so I was not as comfortable being on YouTube at that time, so I hope you will suffer through it. But yeah, so basically that is my CPA exam journey. I started out at a community college, got my associate's degree in accounting. I transferred then to a university and I got my bachelor's degree. I took extra classes to become CPA eligible. I decided not to get my master's degree for a couple of reasons, one of which was the money. I didn't want to pay for graduate level classes at the time. Yeah, so I took all of them as undergrad. These are the classes that I ended up taking outside of my regular accounting classes. You'll first start out doing your basic accounting classes. Usually that's like accounting 1 and 2. That's very typical for an accounting degree. You're going to end up doing intermediate accounting as well, and basically that is just more complex accounting concepts. I also think that audit is a required course, at least it was for me, and then individual tax was also another required class for my accounting degree. So, but those are definitely very helpful. So audit will be super helpful for you when you take audit. You're going to learn about what it means to do an audit, what public accounting firms do. I think that you learn a little bit about internal audit concepts like internal controls, which I will link videos up here in the playlist. I have done videos on just like what these things mean, like very basic. So check those out over there. Taking a accounting information systems class would be very helpful as well. If you can take an internal controls class, if there's something specific to that. Internal controls, Sarbanes-Oxley, risk management, individual tax is so key. It was first of all helpful for me because I do my own taxes as well, and so it's very helpful for me to understand how to do my own tax return. Also, if I did outsource it to someone else, it's super helpful. So I think that is a great class to take and really understand. Even if you don't go into tax, it's very just helpful for real life things. And I would take corporate tax if you need to take another elective. Corporate tax would definitely be helpful. Those two classes will give you very good foundational information to take reg when you do the CPA exam. Basic accounting class and intermediate accounting will help you whenever you take FAR. If there is an IFRS class at your college, at the time when I was in college, we didn't have that. So if there is something that teaches you IFRS, then that would be awesome. Basically, IFRS is the International Financial Reporting Standards. It's what a lot of the world uses for their accounting standards, and in the US, we use GAAP, or Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, but more and more they are making the US GAAP standards meet the IFRS standards. So when you take FAR, it's going to be asking you, how do you account for this specific business transaction under US GAAP? And then how do you also do it under IFRS? Or it'll be like, here's one thing that you do under US GAAP, here's another thing, how would you treat it with IFRS? So they're asking you to know both standards basically, and that's why FAR is a beast. It is a beast. Not only are you having to determine difference between the two standards, you're also having to apply like all the accounting concepts or remember all the accounting concepts you've learned. That's why it's so difficult. Advanced accounting class, that would be so helpful. So a class that goes over consolidations, equity and cost method for investments, complex debt, or stock options, derivatives. Those are some of the concepts that you're gonna have to know to pass the CPA exam. So if you can do an advanced accounting class, definitely take that. Y'all, let me tell you, when I was in college, I failed advanced accounting at first, partially because I really wasn't taking it very seriously and I was in kind of a party stage in my life at that point, but I literally bombed it. I got either a D or an F. I don't remember which one. Also because I didn't study for it. Anyways, don't follow my example. But the next semester, I like kicked my ass in gear and I was like, listen, chick, if you don't turn it around, literally I was like, I have to have a 4.0. Otherwise, I'm going to screw myself. I'm going to screw myself out of an internship. I'm just gonna, it's really gonna F up my life. So another class that I forgot to mention while I was filming this video is to take a governmental accounting class. Basically the accounting for governmental entities, fund accounting. So it is slightly different from your traditional corporate companies. Moving on to BEC, I would suggest taking economics classes. They talk about demand and supply, so take economics, take, if you can, cost accounting, management accounting class. It'll talk about direct costs, indirect costs. I'm gonna list all of that down in the description box. I hope that was helpful and gave you all kind of an idea of some of the classes that you could take while you're in college to help you with the CPA exam. Just know that what you're doing in college right now is going to help you for your future professional career and when you take the CPA exam. So just be really diligent and dedicated and make sure you understand those concepts. If you don't understand the words, look them up on the internet, look them up in a dictionary, go to an accounting tutor, ask your professor, like really own your education because y'all are spending some good money on that, or your parents are, or you're getting loans, or you're having scholarships. So really take it seriously because this is you investing in yourself and it will, pay off in the long run. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to be a part of our Subby fam because we would love to have you. And I will talk to y'all in my next video. So, if this outfit looks familiar, it's because same day that I'm filming my Q&A, but it's still the foundational, I don't even know what FAR stands for. Is that financial accounting R? I don't know what R means.